Alright, what's up everybody? It's Mod Teams Radio out here in LaFleur, California. We're with my man, the Project, Jerry Luca. Luca, how are we?
Feeling good right now.
Alright, obviously we had a little bit of smashing in the back. I'm guessing that's Mike Martinez. But the whole crew is getting ready. Team Ochoa, we're heading to September 19th, Tulare Fairgrounds. Bro, I'm fired up. I know you're fired up. It's been a while. The show was canceled. The show's back on. Talk to us, man. How's it going?
Everything's going good, man. Training's picking up, you know, we're full speed ahead. I mean, it was good. First, it was just me on the card. Now we got Mike Martinez fighting on the card. And then I just got word like the last couple days that Joey Cabezas might be on the card and Sergio Quinones might be on the card. So it looks like the whole team might be fighting, you know what I mean? And that's a good thing, good for motivation in our gym, you know what I mean?
Right.
Even though we train at like 3 or 4 different spots, you know what I mean?
Right.
We're still one team, so we all work out together.
All right. Now, obviously, we've been talking about the weight a little bit. I asked Desoto, he thinks that you're, you know, throwing down chili dogs and double bacon cheeseburgers, but I assured him that that's my job. So, you, my man, we just had you on the scale. We're about 159.9, 160, so we got about 18 days left. Man, it's going down, bro. Talk to me. What do you got to say? I asked him, you know, what he had to say to you. He didn't have too much to say. You got anything for him?
Oh, man, I'm not a shit talker, you know what I mean? It's just not my style, but, you know, I'm gonna tell you, like, the weight shit did kind of get under my skin a little bit, you know what I mean? Because, man, I just don't like people calling me a fat ass and stuff, you know? And I like to eat and everything, but, you know, when I do train, I kind of train, I try to train hard, you know what I mean? And, you know, I keep to a pretty strict diet. You know, the weight just kind of melts right off for me, and once I get into that zone where I'm burning all the calories and stuff like that, I can eat a little bit more. And right now I'm at a point where the weight just keeps coming off. I'm not really trying to lose so much weight right now. It just keeps coming off.
Okay, brother. Now you're extremely busy. Let's talk a little bit about your day. My God, it's just from one thing to another. Let's talk about a typical day in the Project's life.
Typical day. Probably get up about 4:45, 5 a.m. I got a park right by my apartment, and I head out there, try to run like 2 to 3 miles, get back in the house, shower up, you know, get my kids up, get them ready for school, and then you know, head off to the Palace. You know, try to get to work by like 6:30 or so, and then you know, my days filled with events, you know, meetings and stuff. Trying to get these fights all organized, trying to get a couple other things into the Palace, you know, some different events for this upcoming year, concerts and stuff like that. It's a pretty busy day, and then right when I get home, I come home, put the sweats on, and go for another 2-mile run, or head to the gym, hit some weights, a little bit of weights, and then come work out with the team, you know. After I get done with the team, probably about 6:30ish, I head to the 6:37. I head to the football field. My son plays football, and I coach his youth team. So I coach there till 8 or 8:30, and then I come home, head back out to the field again, another 2 miles, and then come home and I get my dinner in, get a shower, visit with my kids a little bit more, make sure all the homework's done and everything, and then my kids get to bed kind of late, but they're kind of used to it, you know what I mean? So. And then I get home.
All right, obviously we're on the countdown. I mean, I am seriously fired up. What's your biggest concern getting back in the cage after such a long time off?
Man, I'm not really concerned with anything per se, like anything that he's gonna do or anything like that. I'm more concerned just with myself, making sure that I, you know, use my technique and do everything the coaches have taught me and try to stick to the game plan. I know he said that he doesn't really have a game plan. He's going to go in there and wing it. I really don't believe that, you know what I mean? I don't know that any fighter really goes in there with that kind of game plan to just wing it. You know, everyone's got to have an idea of something that they want to do. You know, I like hearing that he's Gracie Jiu-Jitsu and all that stuff, you know. If it does go to the ground, I'm sure Res Jiu-Jitsu will prevail, you know what I mean? Because there ain't nothing like some Res Jiu-Jitsu, you know? So, you know, we do a different type of rolling, so.
All right, so, I mean, I always come out here, I'm always talking to you about this, that, and the other thing. Bro, what do you do when you're not fighting? Is there anything you do for fun?
Man, I really like to spend a lot of time with my kids, you know?
Okay.
honestly, like, I kind of think of myself as a good father, you know. I spend a lot of time with my kids. I have custody of my 2 middle kids. You know, I have 4 kids total.
Okay.
My youngest daughter, I have shared custody with my wife. We're going through separation right now, but you know, you never know what might happen. And then, my 2 middle kids, I have full custody of. They're with me all the time. My oldest daughter lives up in Seattle, and I get her every summer. So I spend a lot of time with my kids. I try to coach as much sports as my son, you know, that he does, you know. That kid's a beast, Smots. You guys want to see a beast, you need to check this little kid out, man. You know, he's going to be a phenom one day, and whatever he decides to do, he has a lot of heart. He's better at everything that I've ever tried to do, you know. And that makes me real proud. So, no, really, I don't have like a lot of hobbies or anything. I just try to spend time with my kids.
Awesome. Well, that's a great hobby in itself, taking care of your kids. Absolutely.
Make babies too, you know what I mean?
Right on, my man. Well, our project, obviously, we're winding down. I want to give you a chance to shout out anybody you would like. Talk to me, man.
You know, just shout out the team, of course. All my training partners, coaches. Elite Fight Company for always hooking it up with all, you know, the best gear around, you know. I have a bunch of sponsors, can't remember them all right now. Status Apparel, Pure Tan, a bunch of people that have helped me out along the way. You know, a lot of people, they're not just necessarily sponsors, they're just people that are just like, hey, you know, I know you need some help, you know, they're just people, you know what I mean? They just hook me up with a little bit of extra cash to buy some stuff, you know what I mean? Pay for gym fees and stuff like that.
Okay.
You know, it's hard to get sponsors these days, man. Everyone's broke, so. You know,
right.
a lot of people have just come out of pocket just to help me, you know. And I got to sell tickets, Mods. You're supposed to help me sell tickets, right, man, remember?
And definitely, yeah, let's talk about the tickets for a second. $45, $75, $100.
I got some $100 seats. Not a lot of people have those, you know what I mean? So if you want to actually sit cage side, hit me up. I got some of those $100 seats, $75 seats and $45 seats, you know. You know, we got to do what we got to do to make that little bit of extra cash, you know what I mean? So you got to sell them tickets, you know. I'm trying to hawk out tickets and stuff like that, you know.
Okay, fantastic. Now, I was just about to let you go, and I was thinking, after this fight, what's the plan? Are we training for another fight? Am I going to get to see you fight again this year, or is it one and done?
Man, sometimes like I wake up and I think, damn, my day's too busy, you know what I mean? And training and stuff like that. But then when I'm in here training, I just want to keep going.
Right on.
You know, win or lose, I think I'll... You know, a lot of it depends on like what happens with my future as far as like with my kids and, you know, my living situation. You know, it kind of depends on like what happens there, you know. There's someone that I really want to, I want to get back in, a person that I really want to get back into training, and I want to get them motivated to fight and get them a fight. So I think if I could get that person to get back in there and get some training done and get that fight in, I think that I would, during that time, I would just take a break and concentrate on helping that person, because that person really helped me through my first 2 fights, and you know, I wasn't there whenever they needed help, so this time I want to be able to be there, help them out, get them through their stuff, you know what I mean? So in this sport, you got to help pay people back sometimes, you know, a lot of people come in and help you out. Right. You know, guys in your gym and stuff like that, and then sometimes they're going to need some help back, so you need to be able to lend a hand out and help some people back.
All right, well, I appreciate you taking time with us here at Cage Radio. September 19th, Tulare Fairgrounds, the project, a plethora of other Team Ochoa fighters will be in the building. Like I said, $45 for your tickets, $75 or $100. You can holler at Mott's, you can holler at the project. One way or another, support local MMA. Thanks for taking time with me, my brother.
Double O, DeSoto.